Is this what they call a podcast? Oh, hello. It is I, Eldred, and Elizabeth Rose is here with me. Now, today is Thursday. That means it's Thrifty Thursday. And we have decided that the library over here at Doki Doki Forest could use a few more magical books. So we went about and searched the local second-hand shops and found some treasures. Enjoy.
Thank you, Eldred and Evelyn Rose. They found quite a nice stack of books here for us to look through on this Thrifty Thursday. This is an open collab hosted by Sheree over at Turquoise Dreaming Sheree, and I will leave the information down below. Anyone can jump in if you found some goodies at the thrift stores or op shops. So let's get into it, because today we're talking about books, but they all have a mythical or magical theme to them. We're going to start with this Greek Myths book. I have to zoom out a little bit. Even then, can you see the whole thing? Oh, I have to clear more of my desk. All right, so first up we have this Greek Myths book. This is a book that has been around for a while. It's a little dedication in there from 1975. And this is by Ingrid and Edgar Perrin Dolaire. This book is pretty well known for Greek myths. And they also did that Trolls book that I shared a few weeks ago. They have an excellent Trolls book with drawings that they do, and this one does too. The lithographing that they do is amazing. This book is copyright 1962. And you can see, I don't really know much about lithographing. It is pretty amazing. To me, it really looks like colored pencil. They give you a nice map. And it goes through all of the Greek gods and goddesses. We've got Gaia here. The Titans. But the pictures are beautiful. Oh, here's Cronus. He was eating his... Didn't he eat his children? Yeah, with all of his offspring securely inside of him, he had nothing to fear. So he didn't want to be overthrown, so, he ate his kids. But she has Zeus here, who she's hiding. This is Rhea, and so she hides Zeus to keep him from getting eaten by Cronus. I mean, these Greek gods and goddesses stories are just full of so many crazy things that happen. Look at this drawing. Nice little beasties there. Oh, it gives you the names. Hydra, Sphinx, Chimera, Ladin. I actually have never heard of that one. Kerberos. Do you say Kerberos or Cerberus? I've heard both. Nemean Lion. I don't know that one either. But these pictures are gorgeous, and I can't wait to reread all of these stories, because it has been a while since I have familiarized myself with the old tales. Aphrodite, looking gorgeous, of course. Ares, god of war. So it kind of goes between having these images here with like no color, and then oh my son just read this one a couple of years ago with Arachne. Yep, I have to read that one again. But I mean, these are just amazing stories. The way they came up with explanations for things that would happen in nature, and a whole colorful cast of characters. So, I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, look at this. This is like a whole family tree here. Might be helpful when you lose track of who goes with who. Theseus. So yeah, I don't know if the Caledonian boar hunt. Never heard of that story. Oh, and then we've got a little breakdown here. So yeah, I've been excited to delve back into Greek mythology. And so this was a great find. And then to go along with this, we also have the Usborne book of Greek myths. So this would be for kids. This one I think was for kids too, but this one might be a little bit younger. I'm not sure. But I imagine this book stays pretty light and doesn't get into the darker side of the myths. The myths, and again, these books are generally really well done. Great stories. The images are beautiful. And I like to read different versions of the same story because they're all a little bit different. Like here's Cronus eating his child. It says, some say Cronus was the same god as Kranos, which means time. Some even say that he still exists, lurking at the edges of the universe, swallowing everything he can lay his hands on. Perhaps it's true. In the end, everything is swallowed up by time. Oh, there's gods and goddesses up here. We've got Zeus, Poseidon, probably Rhea. Hades, maybe? Is that Hades, I would guess? I would guess it's the brothers, right? Hades was given a cap that made its wearer invisible. Oh, I don't remember that. Of course, Zeus has thunderbolts, and Poseidon has the trident, but I didn't remember Hades having a cap that made its wearer invisible. Pretty cool. Demeter, maybe? Pandora's box. Ooh, look at those nasties. These pages are a little bit shiny, but hopefully you can see them. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to these. I love reading about myths, how the seasons came to be. I love that sort of thing. So this will be Hades stealing Persephone, taking her to the underworld. The Chariot of the Sun. About Helios. Perseus and the snake-haired monster, who is, of course, Medusa. Do we have a nice picture of Medusa? Oh, here she is. So I love seeing the different illustrators do their takes on it. Different writers might change the story a bit here and there. I love that. I remember seeing Clash of the Titans when I was little, and I had some of the toys, but I always thought Medusa was so cool with all the snakes. Maybe that's why I like snakes. It probably goes back to Medusa. Echo and Narcissus. How spiders came to be. So this story was in the other one, so it's like you can do like a contrast and compare. Maybe there's not too many differences, but there could be. Look at that Hydra, though. That is really cool. Sorry about the pages being shiny. Very cool, though. Golden Horned Stag. Do we have a pretty picture? Oh, we don't. These look like a lot of little short stories here. Was that The Man-Eating Mares? Huh. I don't know that one. Queen of the Amazons. I'm just kind of flipping through to look for pictures for you. What's this one about the underworld? Kerberos, the guard dog of the underworld. The Minotaur and the Labyrinth. There we go. So, probably a lot of stories in here. The Midas Touch that you know. Maybe some that you don't. And that goes for me as well, of course. I remember some of these, but not all. I don't know Orpheus's journey into the underworld. I know Persephone's. Not this one, though. I may have known it at some point, but it's been a while. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a refresher on these. I was very excited that Eldred and Evelyn Rose were able to find these. We got some, look at this. Looks like these guys must have been turned into pigs, right? Because they look a little surprised at their piggishness. Like, what is happening? Oh, and here we go. Zeus's godly offspring. So here's another way you can keep it straight. It's hard to keep track of everybody. Nature gods and spirits. Heroic women, monster fighters, the Trojans, the Greeks, royalty. So I love that. Oh, the creatures. I love having the little guide in the back. Otherworldly places. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to reading those. Those are my 2 Greek myth books that we are now adding to the library. And now we have 2 ology books to add. We have the Dragonology Handbook, a practical course in dragons by Ernest Drake. And we have Knightology, a true account of the most valiant knights. So these are really neat books. These are the kind of books that have all kinds of pockets and things to get into. An envelope here. Now the only thing is when you buy these used, or you find these used, you're never sure if they will have the little inserts or if they've all been ripped out. So I'm not sure. I actually haven't flipped through this whole thing yet. I did a quick glance, but St. Leonard's Preparatory School, Leonardsea in Sussex. Progress report on Ernest Drake. Oh, there's a big truck going by. Age 10 years, 11 months. The term 1848. So here is a report card. He got a D in dictation. D for dragons, I'm guessing. So we have a little report card here. And that's just the inside cover. So we tuck that in. And I like how it looks stained. I think that's an actual stain. Maybe not though. But this is supposed to look aged. So I like that. Like the little coffee ring. A little smudge here. Just like we do with junk journaling. The Oath of a Dragonologist. Let's see what's in here. Affix your own photograph here and fill in your details. So here's a library card. Access unlimited. So I guess you can read any books if you have this card. I'm really glad that was in there. Oh, look at this dragon. The dangers of seeking homework help even from friendly dragons should never be underestimated. It is true. Look at, someone's having coffee on this page too. Maybe tea, maybe tea. Working with Dragons, an introduction. An ancient saying goes, when the pupil is ready, the master will appear. The aim of this course is to ensure that the pupil is as ready as possible. Oh, look at this tree dragon. Love the detail, the leaves, and the snout. And they're all different too. This is like a sea dragon, gargoyle kind of dragon, a tree dragon. Some nice sketches here, perhaps by Drake. Is it Professor Drake? Ernest Drake? This is his sketchbook. Come and heed my dragon call. Look, it's burnt on the edge. Dragon. Must have burnt it. Introducing Western dragons. Ooh, close-ups of various items of a Western dragon's equipment. The wing tip, details of scales, claws, eye, horn. Some common dragon colors here. Dr. Ernest Drake. So I was wondering if he was a professor. Dr. Ernest Drake says, know your dragons. So here is the guide to dragons in case you were wondering. We've got a frost dragon, tells you how many legs, if they have wings, what kind of wings. So this is just chock full. How to tell the difference, frost and European dragons. So this is a really important book to have. You know, you don't want to mess up your dragons. The last thing you want to do is upset a dragon because you've got the wrong info. So this is beautiful. I love the sketches as if they were doing some field work. Doing a quick sketch of a dragon. Ooh, reading dragon script. So we've got some runes here. Oh, look, then you have to do your lesson. You have to decipher the runes. I've got some work to... Oh, yep, homework. Practice writing your own name in Anglo-Saxon runes. So here you go. If you want to write your name in Anglo-Saxon runes, take a little screenshot of this, and you can put that in your journal. And no one will probably be able to figure out what it says, unless they also know runes. But what are the chances of that? Oh yeah, starting field work. Western dragons do not like to live near humans because we can be very destructive of the natural environments in which they prefer to live. Eastern dragons do not mind living near humans, but would still rather live in a natural environment. However, there is one dragon, it looks like gargoyle instead of gargoyle. The gargoyle, I'm not sure. I'm going to say gargoyle, I'm sorry. The gargoyle, which has happily adapted to life in modern cities. An aerial view of a typical village. The legend of the Lambton worm. Oh, look, he doesn't... Oh, no, he does have wings. But I don't think the worm dragon can fly, right? Well, you know what? I have to read. I've got a lot of reading to do, catching up on my Dragonology. Ooh, evaluating dragon treasure. Here we will discuss the differences between the way human beings view gems and the way in which Western dragons do. Essentially, humans value gems according to their rarity and beauty, dragons for more practical reasons. So there's some gems. Western dragons do not value gems for rarity, but for hardness. Harder gems provide better protection for their underbellies. Huh. So did they eat them to make their underbellies sturdy? It certainly looked like it in that picture, didn't it? Eastern dragons. The Hongwei invisibility spell. Ooh. Phineas Feek's Freak Fair. Dr. Drake needs you to help conserve and protect wild dragons now. This is a very cute book. Frost Dragon Migration. Intermediate riddles. Ooh, a riddle. Let's see. Seethed by sizzling, searing flames, 7 shiny things I saw, hard as shell and round as well, among treasure on the floor. Then they cracked and all unpacked, 7 baby dragons bore. What's that? You know what the answer is? Dragon eggs. So there's some more riddles there. Writing dragon script. Beginning dragon magic. So in the laboratory, legend of the dragon kings. Oh, warning, this is advanced dragonology for experienced practitioners only. So I am going to go through this, but this is for advanced work, so I have to read the beginning first. Oh, Dr. Drake's Dragon Linctus, a sovereign remedy for sore and inflamed throats. Ah, at last I can breathe fire again. Well, that's essential for dragons. You don't want them to not be able to breathe fire and do all their fire fun things. Words of power. Begin your own legend. So that was really neat. I guess there aren't too many envelopes in this one. This one just had, oh, it's got some stickers in the back. And I can't believe they're still there, actually. Oh, that's a lot of, wait a minute, that's a ton of stickers. Nobody used these stickers? I can't believe it. Not even Bev Stubby's back of bush hat? I don't know what that is. So I guess they're all in here. Very cool. And then let me just see. How is this folded? There we go. What's in this final envelope here? Ooh, that felt like it had never been opened. Looks like we have a map. Dragons of the world. Use this handy map to fill in details about the main species of dragons you come across in your studies. And look, again, very like junk journaled the way this paper is aged. You could make your own little Dragonology junk journal and write all your own little facts, make up your own dragons. What do they like to eat? Are they friendly? I might do that. So, I highly recommend that book. That is really a fun read. And then this one's a larger one, Knightology. Got some gems in the front. Being a true account of the most valiant knights, of the great chivalry and wondrous feat of arms. And again, it has the envelopes with hopefully the papers inside. So here's a greeting. Now is the time for a new order of knights to arise. So perhaps they're trying to encourage more people to take up the knighthood. Now this book is big, but I will try to show you that it's actually the legs of the camera that get in the way on the desk. But yeah, so there's all kinds of pictures and pages that fold out like this. And on this side, we've got this one that folds out. A nice map. A squire's training. Arms and armor. So here we have a knight's armor, and you can open that up. And we've got chainmail. So first we have, let me bring it up like this. You've got padding and plate armor. No, chainmail, plate armor, knight's armor. Special swords, Excalibur, and Durandal. I don't know Durandal. The sword of the hero knight Roland was given to him by the Emperor Charlemagne. Of course, I know Excalibur. That was King Arthur's sword given to him by the Lady of the Lake. Knights, horses. Gotta have your horse. So yeah, this is a beautiful book. The castle defenses. What's this? This goes up like this. Gives you a little peek inside, so you can see what's going on there. It's got the drawbridge, the moat, jousts and tournaments, and again, folds way out, so you can see the jousters. And then this one folds out as well. And you get your jouster on that side. Have you ever been to a Renaissance fair? Those are really fun. I haven't been to one in years, but they are a lot of fun. It's a great place to see jousting. You can dress up. See some unusual shows too. A lot of times they have like things like axe throwing and stuff like that too that you can try. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Lancelot and Guinevere, the Sword in the Stone. When I was in college, I took an Arthurian romance class where we discussed King Arthur and the knights and the legends, and that was when I learned that Lancelot was actually a character that didn't exist in the original stories. He was inserted by a French writer who wanted to add more romance to the story. Ooh, look at the Grail. The Grail. Now that doesn't look like the Grail that you see in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is a very fancy one. It says, I believe the location of the Holy Grail is hidden somewhere in this book in code. If only I can find it and decipher it. Ooh, that's cool. So something to look through. It must be some clues here and there in the book. So that is your lesson in Knightology. Next, we go to Fairyopolis. So we are now going to visit the flower fairies. This is a flower fairy journal. It has a big jewel here, a nice 3D shiny jewel. And this is a, does this picture change? Like a holographic sort of. It doesn't really seem to do too much, but it's like textured. This journal belongs to Cicely Mary Barker. So here she is. So a nice picture of her. And she is the author and illustrator of all those beautiful flower fairies. So this is her journal. April, she's got, so this is her journal. So you could do a journal like this. Here's a little postcard. She's doing her junk journaling here. May, here's some little feathers, a field guide to fairies. Is this a little pamphlet? What is a fairy? A fairy is a tiny being in human form that possesses magical powers. The English word fairy comes from the Old French fairy and the Latin fata, meaning fate. The classical Greek fates were believed to control the destiny of the human race. There we go. Okay, and here's her library card there. A map of Sussex. So this is a nice fold out here. There we go, double-sided fold out. Got a little ticket here, third class ticket, non-transferable for the railway. So this book is really pretty. How to disperse glamour through the use of a 4-leaf clover. With some observations, some fairies go barefoot, others prefer pedal-on-leaf shoes. So these are, so I think this might be a little piece of fairy wing. I'm not sure. I have to actually read the book. It could be a butterfly wing as well, because that's what we're talking about. That's what she's talking about here. Let me see. This is beautiful. Oh, and it has like her paintbrush there. Over the water I lean all day, where the sticklebacks and the minnows play. I dance when the breezes blow, and dip my toes in the stream below. Beautiful. This is pretty too. Dearest Dot. There's a letter like she would have written. Where she hears some strange noises in the middle of the night. Equipment needed to find a fairy. Binoculars, butterfly net, magnifying glass, jam jar, selection of mirrors, comfortable chair, and refreshments. I was thinking of Mrs. Bouquet from Keeping Up Appearances. She would always offer light refreshments. A little tree book. This book is so big, it's actually hard to show. But hopefully you get the idea of all these beautiful pages. Oh, look, they're making some maybe blackberry jam. Blackberry jam, yep. And then we've got a little stain there. Oh, but we actually get a recipe. That is very cool. Mother's Blackberry Jam. Dear fairies, please accept this small gift. So it seems like the fairies might like jam. Maybe I'll make some for Evelyn Rose. Tales of grateful and helpful fairies. So we've got a little book, The Helpful Elves, The Begging Fairy, The Fairy Baby, The Broken Ped. In the spirit of friendship, country folk will often leave cakes and other food out for the fairies, as well as buckets of clean water for the fairies to wash their babies in. And what's this? The Storrington Village Fete. Musical entertainment. Paid in full. The Fairy Fair. Feasting at the fair. Fairy dust. Ooh. Little sparkly stuff. Some sparkly stuff in there. Doesn't seem like I can take it out. I think you're just supposed to look at it like that. I believe this to be fairy dust. So it seems to be going through the whole year and what she's seeing and how she's really learning a lot about the fairies. Look, dear fairy, a little letter to the fairies. Goodbye, dear fairies. Thank you for allowing me to know of your presence and for bringing me joy and inspiration. These gifts will remain with me forever. I wish I were not leaving you, but I promise to return to Barton's one day. I hope you will still be here to greet me. I will never forget you as long as I live. Your loving friend, Cicely. And then at the back, we've got something here. Oh, it says, Dear Cicely, all you have to do is look and you will find us. Do not look directly at the sun through these lenses. And there's a little viewfinder you can look through and you can see the fairies. I don't think you can you see? Let's see, look through. Do you see fairies? They might be hard to see. Hold on. I can kind of see them. That's so cute. And I know there's a whole bunch of these books, so I'm hoping to find other ones secondhand. This is the only one I have right now, these Fairyopolis, but I know there are more in the collection. So hopefully I'll be able to find them. More fairies. Now we are going to look at the Fairyland Companion by Beatrice Philpotts. We have an interesting cover with some different fairies here with some flowers on. And is that a flower? I don't know what that is. Look at that fancy flower there. And it's another good-sized book here. This one I've never seen before. I had heard of the Fairyopolis books. I had seen those before. This was a new one for me. Oh, it's a Barnes & Noble book. Okay, so this was from Barnes & Noble. So it's probably a collection maybe of all different artists. So let's see. Into the Underworld. An English Wood near Athens. So you have all different kinds of fairies. Shakespeare's fairies and the Victorian stage. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this picture. I've seen this one before. Does it say? I don't think it says who does it, but I know I've seen this before, and I used to have a card with that image. J.R.R. Tolkien in The Lord of the Rings, first published in one volume in 1968, memorably described as the Hobbit's first meeting with a venerable tree spirit named Treebeard. Enchanted trees. So you can learn about the different things, flowery delights. The fairy ring. Water for elf, not water for self. You've lost your right eye, your child, and yourself. That's what it says here. So this is beautiful because it's all different stories and artists, collection of artwork. I think stories from around the world. The Frog Prince, Wishing Wells. In their element, mermaids. Smaller and smaller. Larger than life. Transports of delight. So here's how they can get around. Got like a bird, a snail, some butterflies or moths, a flower chariot, seashell, bats. They're using like little dandelion seeds to float around. Do you seek the road to fairyland? I'll tell it's easy quite. Wait till the yellow moon gets up, o'er purple seas by night, and gilds a shining pathway that is sparkling diamond bright. Then, if no evil power be nigh, to thwart you out of spite, and if you know the very words to cast a spell of might, you get upon a thistledown, and, if the breeze is right, you sail away to fairyland along this track of light. That's from Ernest Thompson Seton, The Road to Fairyland. Beastly enchantments. Oh, I love this picture. Enter the king. Queen is there. A country queen. Hobgoblins and brownies. Tricksters. Spinners and shoemakers. Fairies at play. And get this strange picture of mischief, I think, going on here. Fairy music. The fairy dance. Fairy feasts. So yeah, we got a little bit of everything. If you want to know about fairies, fairy funerals, magic spells, beware the dead, they just have a little bit of everything. Dream on. Some freaky looking. Are those fairies? Look at this one. Those are some weird looking fairies. Second sight. Ooh, fairy godmothers. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. Time travel. So yeah, this book is just chock full of info. Again, another book about magical creatures that just gives you so much inspiration. So that's pretty much the end of that one. And then the last one I was going to share with you today is another big one. This one is called Fairyopolis, the fashion collection from the House of Elwand. Now, I've never heard of this book either, but I saw this and I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So this is all the fashions. This is spring fashions, I guess, here. I haven't really even looked through the whole thing. Oh, highlights of the collection. But we'll look at the collection. The Queen requests the pleasure of your company at the Cotillion of the Pheasant on the first fall moon after the bluebells bloom. So here we go. We're leaving now for the Nut Tree Thicket. There's a nice dress there. Ooh, look at these feathers. It says you're invited. Oh, wait a minute. This like, oh, it's a little booklet. Oh, look at these. Look at this. The classic pheasant, flirtatious pheasant, the fanciful pheasant, the pheasant flapper, and the fabled pheasant. It's beautiful dresses, all inspired by the pheasant. There sleeps, ooh, Titania gown. Just shed your snakeskin bodice to reveal this second skin. Underwear, of course. Swimwear, why not? This almost feels like it. I guess it's just thick paper. I thought it was a fold-out. So we got some snakeskin undergarments there. Who says feathers are just for the birds? Ooh, look, there's another gown. Rara Avis gown. Nice parrot. There's another gown here. Beautiful. A little shoe. Upper of rose petals with cow parsley and seed trim. Birch bark sole. A flight of fancy. The paradox hat. Look at all of these different hats. The squirrel's delight with acorn and oak leaves. The baby beanie. Cosmic pin cushion. The parrot mad hatter. Sycamore sorcerer. These are so cool. So this is full of inspiration for either creating things for your fairies or drawing. Language of love. Ooh, rose jacket for him. Oh, nice. They have a little something that's not just a dress. They have some other things as well. A nice jacket. Beautiful how that flares out. Harlequin dress, the jockey jacket, and knee breeches. And look at these beautiful outfits. We've got some pants. Oh, there are the fairies dancing. Dare to be you. Timeless romance. So this is beautiful. We were all in awe of Fleur's style, understated and unexpected, though she always included a signature red rose petal somewhere on her clothing. All right, I'm going to try to film with my camera, or with my phone rather, because that way I can really take you in here to see. So this is the Pansy Quartet, and you can see these beautiful clothes with all the pansies. Fun and games. It's really incredible. Here's one, show a little skin. A little grass skirt. And look at the little shoes here. But I love how it tells you exactly what it is. Seashell sandal. Hard to say, but easy to wear. Birch sole and thurium straps and shell bauble. Bathing beauties. So we have some bathing suits here. The May, the Marilyn, the Matahari, the Marlene. Wear these suits whether you intend to swim or not. Create a splash before you touch the water. And then here's some undergarments. Got some peacock feathers. Oh, the snake skin. The femme fatale. Ooh, that's beautiful. I like that. The huntress. Leaf skeleton over crow feathers, pheasant trim, and peacock straps. That's beautiful. Well camouflaged, she spends hours in the cattails watching turtles and pollywogs, newts and bullfrogs, an avid huntress with her eyes. Oh, look at that jacket with oak leaves. Oak leaf jacket. Beautiful. Artist's smock. Very nice. It's now or never. We got a little Mad Hatter hat there. Put on your top 10 topper and picture yourself. The stage is bare and you're standing there with adoring fans all around. The king is back. We've got the Aloha jacket. Let's have a party pants. And these shoes weren't made for walking. Sashay, hike, tiptoe, scamper, dash. Tiptoe, so here's some shoes. Some beautiful shoes here. Very delicate. Slip-ons. The flat heel. Different colors. Oh, look at it. We got some nice pants here with the trim at the bottom, some little booties, and then some feather pants. Look at those feather shoes. First date. Got a nice little jacket, desert boots, flower child, and boss boots. These are the must-have boots of the season. Too bad they're practically one of a kind. Oh, I love how this is a maple seed. That's really cute. Mix and match, it says here. Let's see. Ooh, we've got all kinds of things to choose from. You can select your outfit. You can wear it with the pieces that are in the same collection. Wait a minute, I just realized. Or look at this. You can make some whole new outfits. Or you can mix them up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we got some more pants. We have more shirts. Look at this. We've got more pants here. Oh, skirts too. Skirts too. And then we have more. So this definitely gives you a ton of ideas for creating. Flower Power. Garden of Eden trousers. The Bare Minimum. Meet the Parents day dress. The Buttercup beach suit. A Fairy Tale Wedding. The Groom. The Groom has this nice top hat. Ooh, look at those plumes. Very nice. The cutaway crow jacket and the cut above crow top hat. Lily Bridesmaid. And the Maid of Honor with silky crow feathers. Beautiful. Here comes the bride. Will she have crow feathers as well? I sing of feather gowns and veils of air, of lilies for the bride most fair. We've got a nice vellum sheet with leaves, and when we move it, we have a beautiful dress, overlaid lily petal bodice with lily straps and rabbit's foot clovers, heather flower and snail shell at the waist, a skirt and train of calla lily, goose feather and skeleton leaf. Beautiful. Oh, and here we have, these must be all the different things that were used, different feathers, different items that were used to create the outfits. This is Eugenie Bird, copywriter for Fairyopolis, covers the latest trends. And Elwand, Using only all natural materials, his delicate and daring debut line represents decades of studies on the marvels of nature's patterns and textures. Thank you so much for joining me today for all these books. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the new magical sort of books. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next time.
Now, Edith, don't be ridiculous. I definitely didn't say Elizabeth. I know your name.